Is getting ready to host some of its biggest events. The Pride Parade and Comic-Con are just weeks away. The mass shootings across the country may have some thinking twice about going to large public events. ABC 10 News reporter Rachel Bianco is live at the San Diego Police headquarters with the security preparations well underway. Rachel.
Hi, Lindsay. Much of that work is going on behind the scenes, but police say they need the public's help. It sounds so simple, but they say it cannot be repeated enough. If you see something, they want you to say something. It will be the first full-scale return of the San Diego Pride Parade and Festival since the pandemic, one of the largest in the country. Fernando Lopez is the executive director.
You can't put on an event of this scale, which is the largest civic event in the region, without coordinating every single year with local, federal agencies.
The mass shooting in a 4th of July parade in Highland Park, Illinois may have some second-guessing safety at large events like the Pride celebrations or Comic-Con later this month. But San Diego police say fear is not the answer.
I don't think people should be afraid. I think they should be aware. And I think awareness is a big component of that.
Lieutenant Adam Sharkey says much of that awareness happens long before an actual event.
Before these events happen, we're looking for any tips or leads that come from the community. We're looking at social media to see if people are making any sorts of threats or concerning statements.
Sharkey says people shouldn't second guess themselves if they see something that doesn't seem right.
If it's enough for someone to take a double take and say, wow, that's really concerning, or wow, that seems really concerning, give the police department a call, or you can submit a tip or a lead anonymously.
The department is down 160 officers, but Sharkey says officers will be reassigned to make sure the big events are fully staffed. Last month, during a Pride event in Idaho, police arrested 31 members of a white supremacist group. Police say the group was planning a riot. Lopez says safety has been a concern for years.
The LGBT community has been under attack and a targeted community for a very long time. So the intense amount of safety procedures that go into putting on an event, the largest civic event in the region, are there every single year to make sure that we are safe and we are protected.
And Lopez says ticket sales for Pride are up and they may see record attendance. Reporting live downtown, Rachel Bianco, ABC 10 News.
Rachel, thank you. And we'll, of course, continue to track the latest developments on the Highland Park shooting. To get breaking news alerts on your smart device, download our free mobile app. Now to National City, where a car hit and killed a pedestrian. Happened around 8 this morning. National City Police say that driver was turning left from Highland Avenue onto 24th Street and hit the victim, who was in the crosswalk. The driver stayed on scene and cooperated with officers. Police are still investigating. They say DUI was not a factor in this fatal crash. Despite the statewide gas tax increase that went into effect this month, gas prices continue to drop. That's because the price of crude oil went down about $10 today over recession fears. The average price of regular in San Diego County dropped for the 20th straight day to $6.20 a gallon. That's about 5 cents lower than a month ago, but about $2 more than a year ago. The national average price dropped to $4.80 a gallon. And because of those fears we just mentioned about a possible recession, the Dow Jones took a hit today before recovering some of its losses. The Dow fell about 130 points after starting the day being down almost 700 points. The Nasdaq fared better and gained about 200 points, and the S&P 500 was up about 6 points.
Today, President Biden awarded the Medal of Honor to 4 Vietnam War veterans, the highest decoration for service members. He told the story of one soldier who put caring for his crewmates before himself while wounded.
Rather than risk the lives of his crewmates, Specialist Fuji waved off the helicopter, told them to depart, remaining behind as the only American on the battlefield.
All 4 recipients have previously received other awards for their heroism during the war. Biden has now awarded the Medal of Honor to 8 service members since taking office. All right, topping the news feed, even as gas prices remain high, more than 5 million barrels of oil from the U.S. Reserve were shipped overseas last month to Europe and Asia. That's what sources tell Reuters. Now, this comes as President Biden continues to call on gas suppliers to cut their prices. Finland and Sweden are one step closer to official NATO membership. NATO's ambassadors signed off today to move the process forward. It's unclear how long ratification will take, but NATO's Secretary General says it could be a matter of months. In recent history, both countries have adopted a neutral stance towards Russia. As WNBA star Brittany Griner's trial continues in Russia, she just wrote a letter to President Biden pleading with him to use his powers to ensure her return. I miss my family. I miss my teammates. I am grateful for whatever you can do at this moment to get me home, Griner wrote. She was arrested in February for possessing cannabis oil. Well, at least 10 children have died in hot cars so far this year. 4 of those deaths happened over the last few days. A number of car makers have now added rear seat reminder alerts in their cars to help prevent this. The entire auto industry has a voluntary agreement to have these alerts in all cars by 2025. It detects when a back door has been opened. When you park, it will alert you to check your back seat, but there are some concerns this technology may not be working as intended.
I don't know about you, but when my car beeps at me, I don't know what it's saying. I don't speak beep, So there's a lot of confusion with these systems. People think that these systems are able to detect their children, but in fact, they really can't tell the difference between a bag of Cheetos or a child in the back seat.
Addressing hot car deaths is included in the new infrastructure law. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration will be setting a safety standard within the next 2 years for car makers to follow. Now, the nonprofit Kids and Car Safety is pushing for occupant detection technology, which you can see here in this video they gave us. A few car makers are already installing or working on this.
They detect micro movements. So a good example of what a micro movement is, it's like your heart beating or, the blood flowing through your body or your lungs filling with air. They can detect those tiny little movements inside of our body, and they can actually tell the difference between a child and an adult and even a pet.
You could then get an alert through your phone. Until you have technology like this in your car, it can be helpful to have a physical visual reminder on the front seat that your child is in fact in the car. We've seen a lot of teachers leaving the profession during the pandemic. Holding on to first-year teachers can be especially tough. The new way some districts are trying to keep them in their jobs.
Also coming up, firefighters are struggling to control a major fire in the Sacramento area. What's making the firefight a difficult one as evacuation orders are in place. Plus, a new Omicron subvariant is now the dominant strain in the U.S. A local doctor breaks down why this variant is so concerning.
On average, students are 2 to 4 months behind in reading and math because of the pandemic. Now the Biden administration is working to address that with a new effort announced today to recruit mentors and tutors. The goal is 250,000 over the next 3 years. Biden is also encouraging schools to use the funding they have left over from the American Rescue Plan for tutoring and after-school programs. And with schools out and some educators taking a break, others are not coming back. Since the pandemic, state and local public education employment has fallen nearly 5%. That's according to the Economic Policy Institute. Data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics shows about 300,000 teachers and other public school staff leaving the field. Not every state tracks turnover, but Texas is one place that does. Chris Stewart shows us the new approaches to retain those teachers.
It's an eye-opener seeing what they can do and what they can comprehend at such a young age.
Kendra McCarty just finished her second year teaching pre-K. She says the profession has been everything she's expected and more, but adjusting to the needs of 4- and 5-year-olds was a lot.
And that's where my big struggle was, especially my first year, just seeing how can I help them? How can I work with them?
According to the Texas Education Agency, more than 3,900 first-year teachers left their district after the school year. That's 21%, more than a fifth. Statistics the Beginning Teachers Institute at Texas A&M Corpus Christi hopes to improve.
We know that early career teachers are at risk for leaving the field, and so we want to make sure that we're reaching out and providing support.
The program brings in Texas teachers with less than 4 years experience to learn classroom management and how to better work with students. Everything from special education to English learning students, even how to spot trauma.
The enthusiasm that new teachers have, which is wonderful, doesn't necessarily make up for the lack of experience.
The president of the American Federation of Teachers says COVID challenges, political and racial tension, even gun violence are issues compounding the education field. That's among longstanding stressors like low pay, large class sizes, and lack of development.
Many of us try to make sure that we have mentoring programs for new teachers, budding programs for new teachers, and really recreate the relationships of schools as hubs of communities.
The group put together a task force to look at teacher and school staff shortages. It came back with recommendations including high-quality preparation programs and residencies, supporting new employees through induction and mentoring, and restructuring schools to create more positive working and learning conditions.
The most important thing that we can do is to develop trust between teachers and parents. Parents need to be involved in our kids' education.
They are our future, where what I'm teaching them now brings them up as a better student, as a better future adult.
I'm Chris Stewart reporting.
Back here in California, a major fire is still threatening the greater Sacramento area. According to CAL FIRE, the Electra fire has burned over 3,000 acres and is 0% contained. It broke out yesterday in dry grass near the Amador and Calaveras county lines and quickly grew. The area's rugged terrain is making it difficult for firefighters to access. Some mandatory evacuation orders remain in place. Authorities said Electra poses a threat to hundreds of structures and a critical power infrastructure in that area.
This 10 News Pinpoint Weather Report is sponsored by Anderson Plumbing, Heating and Air. Nobody wows clients like we do.
And ABC 10 News weather anchor Melissa Messiha is joining us now to look at the forecast. Definitely not good news for those people up north.
Oh, no. Yeah, it's just been so dry. And as we know, here in Southern California, we're talking about fire danger, something we need to be aware of year round. As we look here at downtown right now, oh, this is beautiful. Temperatures right now pretty comfortable here as we continue on into our Tuesday. We're seeing the blue sky, some clouds out there. Looking at La Jolla right now, we are at 70 degrees. That official sunset tonight at 8 p.m. So our other weather headlines here as we look ahead to tonight into tomorrow. Morning clouds, a possibility of patchy fog developing once again. We are going to see warming over the next few days, and then by Saturday we could be about 5 degrees above average in our inland spots. So we have that trough that is weakening. High pressure is going to start to build here over the next few days. Our marine layer, because it's kind of been a broken record, we've been seeing those clouds over the last few mornings. We're going to see that again tomorrow morning. You see here it's along the coast stretching inland. By the afternoon we'll get better clearing into our inland spots, so mostly sunny in our inland valleys, our mountains and our deserts, with some of those clouds lingering along our coastline. Your overnight lows for tonight, we're going to be in the low 60s along the coast, inland, the mountains, the deserts. Warmer here, we'll see the low 70s into those overnight hours. Your forecast highs for tomorrow, upper 70s to low 80s here in our inland valleys. We'll see mostly the upper 60s, the low 70s along the coast. Places like Carlsbad forecasted at 71 degrees, mostly the upper 70s in our mountains. Julian at 77. Your 7-day forecast, so it's going to be a gradual slow warm up here along our coastline. By Saturday into Sunday, we'll be in mostly the mid 70s here. Our inland valleys, you'll feel it more because we're going to go from the low 80s to near 90 degrees. We are actually forecasting some communities by this weekend to hit those low 90s. Our mountain areas, we are also watching out for breezy conditions into the afternoon tomorrow. So we should see, or could see rather, wind gusts between 20 to 25 miles per hour. 70s for tomorrow, then we'll be in the mid 80s by Friday, Saturday into Sunday. Slight warming there as well. The deserts going from the low 100s to the higher 100s, 111 forecasted for this weekend coming up. Lindsay.
All right, thanks so much, Melissa. And so to come today, the cleanup at our local beaches after 4th of July celebrations. The welcome surprise for many volunteers who came out to make sure the beaches were in good shape.
Skycam Views, sponsored by Carlsbad Solar.
A rapid COVID test currently in the works will be able to tell you which variant you're infected with. It's called CoVAR-Scan and was tested on more than 4,000 people at UT Southwestern. Scientists say those results helped public health leaders in North Texas track the spread of variants and make policy decisions based off that. Now, researchers don't have a timeline yet of when the test could be available to the public. Medical experts in nearly every field are calling on more investment into researching long COVID. That's when someone has a wide range of symptoms for months after the initial virus infection.
Longer standing fatigue, there can be respiratory or cardiac symptoms.
Recent research revealed individuals with diabetes are up to 4 times more likely to develop long COVID. They're also at higher risk for more serious complications of long COVID, like kidney failure. Now, diabetics are already at higher risk for serious illness and hospitalization and account for a high number of COVID-related deaths. The connection between long COVID and higher risk for diabetes isn't clear, but theories say this could be because of the inflammatory nature of the virus.
One of the challenges of studying long COVID is that we need better definitions of exactly what gets included.
Now, doctors in the diabetes field have also said the worse diabetes illness is when you get COVID-19, the worse the outcome. So managing the disease is critical, along with spreading the word to individuals and providers to look out for long COVID symptoms. One long COVID survivor is now using his training to help others going through the same thing.
I'm a music therapist supplying them clinical music therapy, but the truth is it's just about validating what you're feeling so you don't feel alone.
Tomorrow, the results he's seeing from music therapy for long COVID and the interest from other therapists in offering this too. But still to come today, when hackers hit small businesses, it's your information and money at stake. The new push to make it easier to report these cyber crimes and get help.
Also coming up, more headaches for travelers at the San Diego airport. This as demolition began today on the pedestrian bridge. We'll show you the best ways to navigate the Terminal 1 construction.
You're watching ABC 10 News at 4.
On top of an already busy travel season and a pilot shortage, travelers using the San Diego International Airport are arriving to construction. Today, crews started knocking down the pedestrian bridge at Terminal 1. ABC 10 News reporter Sierra Encinas tells us what this means for travelers.
You can see the demolition of the pedestrian bridge is well underway behind me. The airport's telling travelers to pack extra patience because as a result of the construction, there's going to be significant delays. In the midst of a summer travel comeback, hundreds of travelers are in and out of the San Diego International Airport.
We're going to San Francisco.
Anton McCaffrey is one. He says he planned ahead so he wouldn't miss his flight because he knew Terminal 1 construction is causing less parking availability and more traffic.
Traffic wasn't bad. We arrived early because I'd heard that there might be delays, so we got here substantially early.
The airport suggests travelers try using a rideshare service or take public transportation.
It's just sort of managing expectations and ensuring that you plan ahead.
Airport spokeswoman Sabrina LaPiccolo says they understand construction isn't ideal, but it's all part of a plan to expand the terminal. She says the airport will continue to grow. In 2019, the entire airport saw 25.2 million travelers.
And this is something that the community really needs. Anybody that has flown out of Terminal 1 understands that it's very small, congested. There's not a lot of dining options.
LaPiccolo says the new terminal will have 11 more gates than it already has, more security lines, and more parking spaces. The airport tells travelers to expect delays through 2025. That's when construction should be complete. At the airport, Sierra Encinas, ABC 10 News.
And you can find a list of alternative parking garages and a map to better routes for your visit to the airport on our website, 10news.com. An investigation is underway after a car ended up in Mission Bay. We were there as lifeguards and divers were searching the water in case there were passengers, but they didn't find anyone. This all happened before 5 a.m. The driver told police he was heading home, but before he knew it, he drove into the bay, but was able to swim to shore. He also admitted well on camera that he had been drinking at some point last night. Earlier today, we spoke with one of the 2 California Assembly members requesting the state audit SDG&E after recent rate increases. Assemblymember Tasha Horvath and Brian Mainshine are questioning why the California Public Utilities approved SDG&E's rate hikes despite San Diegans paying one of the highest rates in the country. We asked Horvath what key questions they want answered from that audit.
We really want the auditor to go in and look at the CPUC, look at the request from SDG&E, and help us understand how are they approving these rate increases when, the fact is San Diego doesn't have weather like North Dakota or somewhere else. So we really want them to take a look into a deep dive into all those questions.
That audit was approved last week with bipartisan support. Horvath says she hopes to get the feedback in the next few months from the audit. SDG&E has said it welcomes a discussion with the audit committee about how to address energy affordability. Turning now to the latest on the crisis in Ukraine. Evacuations are being ordered in one of the last remaining eastern provinces still partly under Ukraine's control. This comes as Russian troops advance into that region. Ukrainian leaders say massive shellings from Russian forces bombarded the area, sending thick plumes of black smoke into the air. Russian forces are apparently positioning to advance farther into Ukraine's Donbas region. Meanwhile, an Atlanta area grand jury subpoenaed some key allies of former President Trump. Those include Trump's former attorney, Rudy Giuliani, and South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham. The 7 subpoenas also cover a handful of Trump's other former legal advisors. This is all part of an investigation into possible unlawful interference in Georgia in the 2020 election. Representatives for Giuliani and Graham did not immediately respond to requests for comment. The attorneys of actress Amber Heard are asking the court to toss out last month's defamation verdict. That's according to court documents, which also say attorneys want the court to dismiss the complaint or order a new trial. Heard and her ex-husband, actor Johnny Depp, were battling it out in court with dueling defamation suits. Both were found liable in their lawsuits against each other, but Depp was awarded significantly more damages, which Heard's attorneys say were not